Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk to you about train travel because ever since this whole quarantine thing has been happening, I haven't been able to really do much from my bucket list or post any bucket list videos, but this isn't going to be a very exciting video. I just thought it could be a little bit informative if in the near future or even in the far future you want to do some train travel. So this video is pretty much information about train travel and a little bit of advice, just, you know, the basics. So the first aspect of train travel that was actually on my bucket list was to ride on a subway, like go on the underground. And at this point in my life, I've been on the underground plenty of times. I've been on the underground, so the subway in New York. I've been on the tube in London. I've been in the Italian underground metro system, and I've been in the Paris metro system. I think that's it as of now in my life. But so that's like, you know, checked off and everything. But I do not actually like to ride the subway at all. But here is a little bit of information. I mean, if you live in a big city, then you already know this, but if you're from a small town like me, then you probably don't know anything about the metro. It is very nice to have like a metro card and you just like add back up, instead of randomly purchasing tickets here and there. But if you want to, you know, it depends on how long you're gonna be in a certain place. So whenever I was in Rome, for example, we bought a 24-hour pass. We didn't really even use it that much. Honestly, like if it's a nice day and you just want to explore, then I would say you don't really even need to go on the metro. But if you're in a hurry, then it's very nice to have those types of tickets if you're planning on like rushing around and stuff. As far as train travel goes, honestly, it is one of my favorite methods of getting around. I would way rather take a train than drive for 3 hours. I would way rather take a train than fly to another country. So like if I'm between taking a train for 5 hours and doing a 2-hour flight, I would much rather take the train for 5 hours because I don't have to go to the train station early. I can literally just relax and not have to go through security. Like I can just sit on the train and it's great. However, there are some things about train travel that are not amazing. Sometimes it is a little less organized to be traveling by train than by airplane or by car. Obviously, by car, you have a lot more control over the whole situation. By plane, usually things are pretty prompt, but trains are often late. It's very common for trains to be late. Plus, if you have to like get off of the train and switch to another train, problems can arise in those situations where if you're on a plane, it's very straightforward that you have to get off. One time I was traveling and it was nighttime. I was reading a book and the train stopped. I was like, is this my stop? I was listening and they usually announce it, but I couldn't hear what the guy had said. So I was like getting up and getting all my stuff together, and then I stopped to ask 2 people what our stop was, and they said they didn't know. And if I hadn't stopped to ask, then it probably would have been okay. But then by the time I got to where I was almost out the door, this train started to pull away and I literally missed my stop. So that is not uncommon to miss your stop, but it's super irritating. So I ended up in Siena, which Siena is pretty cool. I'm sure many people out there have said those words, but like talking about me. Pretty much, it's easy to miss your stop. However, another good thing about train travel is that it's inexpensive, unless you it's inexpensive compared to flying, but if you mess up your train, then it's not. So for instance, if you miss your stop, you have to get a new train ticket. If you go to the wrong platform, if you take the wrong train on accident, like there are many things that can happen. You can get fined if you haven't verified your ticket. You have to if you have a physical ticket, you have to put it in this thing and it goes, see, like click, and then you pull it out and it's verified. But if you don't verify your ticket, apparently you can get fined like €300. That's crazy. But I recommend getting an app such as Trenitalia or Omio or different train apps and purchase your tickets online, and then you can just use your ticket from online. It has like a barcode that you can scan, and then you're good to go. You don't have to verify it. You don't have to worry. You have it with you at all times. Another good thing about train travel is that there are actually bathrooms on the train. Sometimes people don't know that, but you can use the bathrooms on the train and they're not bad. Something else to keep in mind about train travel is that they are on military time most of the time. In Italy and in pretty much all of Europe, train times are on military time. I think flight times are too. But whenever you're purchasing your ticket, be sure to pay attention, because if you have an American phone, then sometimes it changes it to non-military time, but then later it changes it back to military time. So make sure you pay attention. Honestly, that is like the overlying most important thing of train travel, is to pay attention. The most important aspect. And if you pay attention, you're good. If you pay attention to when your stop is, you're fine. If you pay attention to what time you're getting your ticket, you're fine. All you have to do is pay attention, and that will bring you success with train travel. So I'm sure there's more that I could say about train travel, but I am in no way an expert. I just like to train travel, and I've been doing a lot of it since I've been in Europe. I have now been on many trains in many different countries, so I feel like I at least have a little bit of advice to share and some knowledge and information. I hope this video was somewhat helpful, somewhat interesting, and maybe someday you'll ride a train and you'll think back to when Sienna told you to pay attention, and then you'll be okay. So thank you guys so much for watching today. It has been so crazy here because of the coronavirus, and my life is just way different, and it's like, I'm sure everybody's life is really different too, but it's just really crazy out here. Like, the world is just, wow. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna stop. I always ramble, so thank you guys so much for watching today. See you in the next one.